Good afternoon. I'm Rezaur Rahman, Senior PO Researcher at Handasah, and we'll start the training for risk management based on ISO 31000 and 9001. 9001, everybody know that it is quality management system. And one of the fundamental change of the ISO management system to include the risk. Earlier version, there is no risk management. And everybody understand it is not risk like safety risk. It is a project risk. Every project everybody wants to finish in time with the quality, with the standard. So if there is a risk, if we cannot identify the risk, that means project will be in danger. It will not completion. Many projects you see that finishing after 2 years, after 3 years, because they did not assess the risk and did not mitigate. This is a basic actually. So before going to the other slide, I'm opening the register first to channel for the requirement, because already we sent
he only
register,
requested this
and
meeting.
lesson learned register. Anybody joined? Okay, somebody joined. Yes. Okay, so I'm making Zoom to get. Okay. So first, at a glance, we'll check that what is the requirement. Then we like it will make. So first, risk description. So this is the risk description. Okay, risk description is generally understood that the person who identify the risk, he will put the what is the risk. Okay, so then cause, what is the cause of the, oh, sorry. Okay. Then cause. Okay. Then cause, that current status, it is already started or not started, already encountered or not encountered. Then risk owner. Risk owner means who will close the risk. I'll come in detail in the slide. Then probability of risk. This is a rare, unlikely, possible, likely, almost certain. Then impact. What is the impact? Then risk rating. If you see risk rating. Then mitigation measures and risk owner, like that. Okay. So this is generally to understand. Now I'll go to slide again. Okay. Now tell me what is the risk. Before going to the training, can you tell me what is the risk?
This can be delayed the project and like.
Okay, okay. So anyone?
Like some materials,
Yeah.
it's also risk delay. Some mechanical special materials, it delay.
Okay. So as I told you that this risk management is based on ISO 13000, and it is entirely for risk management, how to manage the risk. So what is the definition? Risk is the effect of uncertainty on objectives. That means any uncertainty means we don't know what is the result actually. It may be bad, may be good. So objective, what is on objective? What is the meaning of objective? Objective is the specific measurable goals or targets. Specific measurable goals. Means I can give you one example that, for example, this is July. As per plan, our target to achieve 5% progress in August, for example. 5% progress we have to achieve in August. If there is any for this risk, maybe we will not achieve. For example, bad weather. For example, NOC not obtained. So then maybe our progress will be 1%. That means this is a risk. So this is one of the objective. Another can be, for example, contractors KPI. You know KPI. KPI achievement should be 90%. But there is a risk that for this risk we cannot achieve 90%. We maybe will achieve 60%. Another example was shop drawing, for example. Contractor's target. The shop drawing should be approved 90%. But there is a risk because some RFI not released, some IFC dog is not clear. So there is a risk that we cannot get approval of 90%. That is this. So this is objective. Okay. So if you see there and then overtime, that is cost everywhere, cost. That is not planned earlier. Safety issues, it can be quality issues, it can be environmental issues. So this is a threat. Another is opportunity. That means we don't know actually, but there is opportunity to expedite the site. For example, innovation or any cost saving. For example, one material is very cheap in the local market. Earlier, we purchased from, for example, England. Now it is available in the local market. So this is some opportunity. That's why it is very important to identify risk and opportunity at the start of the project. Then we can work on this and our project will be successful. If we cannot identify the risk, then project may fail. Next one, what is risk management? As per ISO, risk management is a coordinated activities to direct and control an organization. That means it is a coordinated process as a teamwork, as a teamwork to to work with regard to risk. Okay? And it ensures project success by proactively addressing the uncertainty. That means if we address the risk, then project will be successful. Okay. So next one, this is very basically theoretical. I'm putting this one as per ISO. So this is the principle. This principle. Then risk framework. This the top. If you see leadership, the leadership or management should ensure this is integrated in our all department. Okay. Integration, design, implementation, evaluation, improvement. Nothing to, this is all detail, no need to go for details. If you want the details, then you can check this one. Okay. Then how to mitigate the risk? So this is a process. First, we have to, there is a certain criteria. In the beginning, in the log, I show you that there is a criteria, impact, severe, major, minor, okay. So this is a process. First, we have to make the criteria. That so same, it is identified here. So this is the key steps to mitigate the risk. Identify and mitigate the risk. Okay, next one. Now risk register. We'll go for the risk register. Basically, what is the training for? So yeah. So this identify the risk. So we'll go for this one. Okay. Next. Risk description. What I show you in the log, that risk description, cause, what is the root cause we have to find out. If I show you in the log again, so this is a, if you say description first, that cause, right? So if any description report, we have to put the cause. What is the cause? For example, NOC, it is mentioned that one example, delay in securing NOC in service provider. Okay, this is the risk. What is the cause? Maybe design is not ready, or maybe the design is delayed, or there is an authority approval not obtained. So this is a cause. This is the current status. This risk order. Okay. So this it is defined in the site. Same, defined the site. I'll show you one by one. This is structure. Then risk rating. In the log, you saw the risk rating. there is a two types of rating. What is impact? Impact, and there is a level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in insignificant, minor, moderate, major, critical. This is one column. One column. Another column is likelihood, probability. What is the probability? One is rare. Rare means 0 to 10%. It is as per your assumption. It may happen 10% chance. We're telling, right? If there is a Real Madrid Barcelona team, we're telling there is a winning chance 50-50, right? For example, Argentina Brazil match, we are telling 60-40. There is an assumption, okay? If you assume that this is 10% or less, that means rare. And unlikely means 11 to 20%, it is unlikely. Possible means 21 to 60% is possible. Likely means 61 to 80%, and most certain is 81%. So if any risk, both critical and most certain, but it is dangerous, right? Okay, then I'll show you. This is a matrix. Okay. Now, earlier you saw that insignificant. Now I will define this on what is the meaning of this one. You got this idea, right? Clearly. Measurable, right? By percentage. But we don't know what is this, right? Okay, now I'll define what is this actually. Insignificant, what is the meaning of insignificant? If insignificant, then level 1. This is minimal effect of the project. If it is very minor impact, a minimum impact, then it is, we can tell, insignificant. It is based on your assumption actually. Minor means small disruption that are easily manageable within existing resource. You saw that is a minor problem, but it can be managed our existing management system. We don't need to hire third party or go to authority like that. What is the meaning of moderate? Moderate is level 3. This is noticeable impact on cost, schedule, or quality, but no project viability. That means there is an impact on cost, schedule, or quality, but it will not hamper the project viability. Viability means it will not delay the project. It will not impact the quality as a whole. Okay. But there is a risk, and it will be some effect, no noticeable impact. Okay. Measure. What is the meaning of measure? Is level 4. It is severe consequences threatening the project goals. So what is the project goal? You have to finish the project in time with the quality, okay, and with the profit, right? It's generally. So it will impact. If it is impact and severe consequences, but you can finish, but it will delay or you will be lost. Then it is measured. Critical means catastrophic impact leading to project failure. That means one project is fully failed and contractor or project surrendered, that we are not able to do it. That means it is critical. Okay. So now I believe this category is clear, right? I will share the presentation. Okay. You can see one by one what is it. Okay. Okay. Next, these are vital actually, risk rating. So as you we explained that one is impact. Impact means insignificant means 1, right? Insignificant 1, if it is minor 2, moderate 3, major 4, critical 5. And it is vertical and horizontal. It is rare actually. Rare is 1, unlikely 2, possible or credible is 3, likely 4, and 5. For example, one risk is putting here. Unlikely means I believe 10, 20 to 40%, right? There is some unlikely. Unlikely means 20%. Okay. So 20%, if it is unlikely, it is 2, right? If you think it is critical, 5. 5 multiplied by 2 is 10, right? 10. Okay. So now what is the risk category? If you see that risk level is low, medium, and high, can you say this one? Risk level is low. If you multiply impact versus probability, if it is within 1 to 4, it is very low. If it is 5 to 12, it is medium. High risk means 15 to 25. So this category, if you see this one risk identified, it is 25. That means it is frequent, most frequent, and critical. Critical 5 multiplied by frequent 5, that means 25 is high. This one is 12. This one 12 means it is the major impact is 4, and possible or credible is 3. 3 multiplied by 4 is 12. 12 is medium category. It's clear. It's some mathematical and maybe here. Huh? You understand? Huh? Everybody understand? Rashid, you understand?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Can you explain that how we are getting low, high, medium? Can you tell me? How do you know that it is high risk?
I want to ask one question.
Okay.
What is the corrective actions when we are in critical risk, like completion date? And how can we save ourselves from any complaint?
This is a later stage. Now it is how we, it is initial awareness training, how to make the risk, how to register risk.
Okay.
Evaluation is case to case. For example, if NOC is different, then case to case. In the register, I'll show you. But this is the to understand the what is the risk. See, how will know that it is low, medium, high? This is the understanding. The impact multiplied by probability. Yeah, Hamza, do you understand? How do you know that one risk is medium?
It will multiply the probability of it happening.
What is the criteria
impact of it.
what is the criteria of the medium risk? How do you know it is medium risk?
It will be medium if the impact is not very major.
No,
and the
I tell
probability
you,
of it happening
This is
5%.
clear actually. I believe so. This medium means if the score is between 5 to 12. This is between 5 to 12. That means medium.
Yeah.
How do you know it is 5 to 12? You have to multiply the impact by probability. So this is, for example, your risk is likely. For example, this is a likely 4. And if it is measured, it's 4. 4 multiplied by 4, 16. 16 will be high, right?
Yeah.
This is fully mathematical.
Yeah.
If you miss this calculation, that means risk is uncertain for you. This is another risk. Not understanding the risk is another risk. Okay. Is it clear, Ahmed?
Oh, yes.
This is the vital calculation too. Otherwise, risk register will be not useful. Nasir, you understand what the risk? Can you tell me how we will calculate?
By calculation impact into probability.
Exactly. For example, one risk is moderate, 3. And 3, 4. Low by a frequent 5, but it is insignificant 1. What is this called?
Medium.
5. 5 is medium. Okay. Good. So this is the
Can you go back there
Yeah.
and also tell these things? Low risk and high patient, higher money, necessary life.
So, no benefits.
Yeah.
okay. I can so. Why like that? Okay, good. Okay, at last it is good. Huh? Okay, so low means between 1 to 4, and mitigation measures no necessary required. Okay, it is theoretical. This is theoretical. Huh? Increase attention, but it is measurable. It's very clear what is the score. Okay, so you have to assess what is the impact and what is the probability. Okay, so for example, NOC. NOC is a start of the project. Okay, so handover project, NOC has nothing. So this you have to assess, this probability and impact. Then it will come risk level. So to understand this is very important. If you have any questions, let me know. Okay, even after the training, you can ask. Always welcome. Okay, common risk in construction projects. Some general risk. What is the risk? Delay in permit approval. What we discussing? Permit, NOC. High impact on timeline. So if NOC or the permit is delayed, that means automatically you cannot start the work. It will delay and it will high impact, right? design changes. If any design changes, then it will be cost overruns and rework. It will be risk. Safety incident. If any accident happens, that means this project is market reputation of the consultant, client, everybody will lose the market reputation. One accident will change. Supply chain disruption, material storage or material procurement. One material is not available in EU. Then we have to bring from UK or India. So then it will take time. Some general mitigation examples, early permit application, that means permit, you have to proactively work to apply permit. Stakeholder alignment, so different stakeholder build up relationship with the stakeholders. Safety audit, backward is. Thank you very much. Here, we'll share the slide, no problem. Engineer, okay? Oh, no issue. So these are some common risks in the project. Now, this is a case study, one hypothetical example I want to share, a risk. One risk is identified is that delay in material delivery due to supplier issues. So probability, this calculation already showed, right? Probability is likely 4. Impact is 4. Rating is 16. How is this rating 16 can? Shajan, can you tell me how you have you determined rating is high and it is 16? One. Okay, for example, one scenario is one critical subcontractor withdraws midway of the project. So rate the risk and propose mitigation. Jafar Iqbal. One subcontractor left the project in the middle of the project. What do you think? What is the risk? Rate the risk. Okay, based on the table, you can assess. Okay, so there will be the probability. There is a chart. Of the chart, you can take the probability and impact score. Then you can take
the probability of what we will take.
Okay, we can go to the. Okay. For example, one he left the project, right?
Yeah.
That means severe consequences threatening the project goals. That means project goal will impact, right?
Yes.
That means it will be measured. Or if you think that if you have alternate, that means it can be moderate, right? It will not impact the progress or project viability, then it can be moderate. But if you think that there is no alternate, that means you can progress. So it is basically based on your assumption or situation, current situation.
What I will assume for the probability.
Okay, probability.
Probability. What?
Probability.
Yeah.
So this is certain. If you don't have any alternative, that means it is getting most certain, right?
Most certainly.
For example, you don't have any alternate. That's why subcontractor always major subcontractor contractor is submitting alternate. For example, if you don't have alternate, then project will delay.
Yeah.
So it is most certain, right?
Most certain.
Or most likely. If you cannot arrange.
No.
Huh?
So let me explain.
Okay.
First, we need to understand what is the difference between risk and delay. There is a very distinctive definition of risk and delay.
Yeah.
Any event which is going to happen and has not yet happened, has not been occurred, it is considered as risk. Okay. Once it happens, it becomes a delay, a positive or negative.
Exactly.
Or, negative. Delay. Leaving a subcontractor from a project, the or impacting the works, it's very less. The impact, on the other hand, the impact of late drawings, it's very less because in the start of the impact of leaving a subcontractor on the works, it again depends on what types of works he was doing. If, for example, it was a dewatering subcontractor,
Exactly.
the impact will be minimum.
Exactly.
The main contractor can replace it. But if a subcontractor is for the landscape works, entire landscape works, and he left, the impact is huge.
Exactly. Yeah.
So as per the scope requirement, we assess the impact, and probability is different for probability is like how likelihood it is going to happen. This is the
Exactly. Your point is very clear. Very clear. It is case to case actually. Case to case. If it is a major subcontractor, okay, if there is no alternative, the risk is high. So it is anticipated risk.
Regardless, the risk, the probability of the contractor leaving is regardless very low. Regardless of the
Very low.
cost,
Very
yes.
very big.
Very
Very
Okay, case study now, interactive exercise. I'm changing the register. Okay, we'll go for the register also. Okay. And now I can go for the register. So this is a field up register. Initially, I show you already. So I believe we have general idea about the risk, how to identify. So when you in the log, it will be in the drive, carbon drive. Everybody has access to put your anticipated risk. So what is the risk you can put here? Okay. And what is the cost you can identify here? Current status, it is encountered or not encountered. If it is already started risk, that means encountered. Not started, then yeah. Risk owner means who will close the risk. Okay, who will close the risk? Risk owner input. If it is belongs to contractor, contractor. If it belongs to employer, employer. Okay. If it's a consultant, put consultant. Okay. Next one, we already discussed about that one, the probability. So they are unlikely. So it will be 3, for example, 3, 5, whatever, and put figure here, and it is multiplied by this one and this one. Probability by multiplied by impact, it will come risk rating high, medium, or low. I believe it's now very clear, right? Okay. And these are mitigation measures. We have to take what is the mitigation measures. Okay. So what this is a field up actually, and now what we'll put here.
One thing I think
Yeah.
we have cleared or not.
Yeah.
From the consultant, from the supervision consultant side, the owner of the risk register is team can suggest our this likelihood, but how much likelihood for all the risks to be given, how much impact has to be given, that numbering, that rating has to be finalized by RE. Other than RE, like he will approve the risk register, he will maintain we will support him, but ultimately the owner of the risk register is RE from the consultant side. Owner is, and then it will be forwarded to.
Okay. So what we can do,
everybody can.
So whatever the anticipated risk you can put the date and what is the anticipated risk, and remaining we can do it.
Yes.
So cause I believe they can do it. Cause.
Yeah,
Yeah, cause.
We
This, yeah.
we can suggest the entire, but we can suggest, we cannot finalize it. This is what I'm saying.
Exactly. So put your date here, create a date, risk description, cause, whatever cause, current status, encountered or not encountered. So then remaining we can do it, or are you will do it. We'll evaluate and we'll do it. Okay.
But it should be prepared by the contractor. Prepared by contractor.
And now we're discussing consultant risk, not project risk.
These are all project risks.
Yeah, project risk. No, not it is consultant risk. Project risk is already done by contractors. So this is a contractor risk.
For
Okay.
consultant-
What is the consultant risk?
Yeah,
What is the consultant as a risk?
yeah, that.
This is a consultant risk, not
From delays. and
some
apart
project risk
from-
and consultant risk are similar. This can be, but this is a risk register only for consultant risk.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Consultant risk, like for example, delay of design
Yeah, exactly. It is a Handasah is a
or shortage of skill.
manpower.
staff,
Exactly.
staff.
Exactly.
This is one of the risks.
Exactly.
Risk. This delay of design is one of the risks.
Yeah.
Early demobilization of the people because of maybe, for example, lack of resources by Aldar.
Exactly.
This is
Exactly.
Handasah have not started, and consultant have already started demobilizing the people.
Exactly.
This is one of the risks.
Exactly.
These are the risks.
Yeah. So what do you anticipate that consultant risk? Even market reputation or something like that.
Yeah.
So it can be as a consultant risk. Project risk is done by contractor. Okay. So these items I will clear, and after mitigation, we will make the mitigation plan measures, and after that we'll evaluate, and status closed, open, and closing date. Below it is what we discussed today earlier. It is just summary. So if it is here. Okay. Risk register, any point you have any doubt? Imtiaz? It's clear, huh?
Yeah.
Calculation is very clear, huh?
So
If you know the calculation, then most
so
of
there
the.
will be one risk register for each and every discipline, or what? Because
No. All together.
For all?
Risk
Okay.
register is
One
one
project, one
project. Yeah.
project.
Okay, now I'm going to lesson learned. So lesson learned.
The stakeholder. For every stakeholder. Contractor is a stakeholder in the project. They have their own risk register. Consultant have their own risk register. And Aldar creates its own risk register, which they don't show us. To us.
Exactly. Yeah.
They show it to their management. So every stakeholder have their own risk register.
Exactly. Yeah. And project is overall, huh? Project overall risk and the individual risk. Okay. This is lesson learned, project lesson learned. Both will be in the server, common server, and everybody has access to both. So lesson learned means what is the, okay, I can go to the, I believe this. Okay, so yeah, document, understanding the lesson learned register. I believe everybody know that the lesson learned means what lesson you learned and you don't want to repeat. So if you don't and not to repeat, what is your action? This way to do it. So this is some theoretical document. Past risk, impact, and corrective actions helps avoid repeating mistakes and leverage best practices. Okay. So now the risk your lesson learned register is the, you have to put the date, the lesson learned description, what you learned from this project or earlier project, what lesson learned, and what can be impacted in our project, and which discipline or department, what year, Hamza just now told, all will be all along, but the discipline, and what should be proposed corrective action or action plan, okay? And then we'll check it, a review, action by, and comments status. If it's closed, closed. If it is open, open. Okay. So lesson learned, it is very simple. So you have any queries of lesson learned? Sharfuddin? Risk register, lesson learned, any questions? Okay, so we'll tell Aisha to upload in the server, and everybody should participate in this one. So what I told you, that this is the latest, what is the new development in the ISO risk is the one of the major items included. Earlier revision, it was not here because it is so much important to identify the risk. Okay. Thank you very much for attending the training. See you at the next training. Thank you.